Well, I imagine that I was like the majority of everyone here attending this conference, and I was a fan. I didn't really have a background in football or sports per se outside of playing in high school and a little bit of water polo in college. But I'd always had a passion for football, a passion for the NFL draft. And when I stumbled upon SMWW from a fan site, it just seemed like the perfect fit for me. And so at that point, it was just a matter of me willing to make a commitment to it. SMWW helped me get to my job today as a college scout for GM Junior Scouting by number one, giving me the contacts I needed. For those that don't know, GM Junior is run by, of course, Russ Landy, who is the chat moderator for the GM and football scouting course. So obviously I met him through this and was able to latch on through that. The other thing it did for me, which I think is the most important thing, hope Russ didn't hear that, is that it changed my perspective. And I think that's the biggest thing. We're so oversaturated with media. We have this impression of what things are in the NFL and football, in media in general. And if you really allow the course to kind of get absorbed and you really pay attention and come in with an open mind, you'll realize that things are a lot different than necessarily what you've heard on a lot of different levels. And I think it was my ability to accept that and to look for new ideas and new approaches to things that really helped me. I did find that having SMWW on my resume helped because it's obviously, the company's all over, it's global, so it's easily recognized. Without it, I didn't have any kind of a background in football or sports, so that was my first link to that. It was my first way of showing that I was serious about football. People recognize the SMWW name. When people that are hiring for jobs, they see SMWW on a resume, they understand that took a commitment from you. And that means that you have passion and you're willing to do what it takes to better yourself and to get in the business. And I think that does mean a lot with people that are hiring in sports. I think the most important thing is, and I'm being redundant here, keep an open mind and commit yourself to it. If you do those two things, you're going to find your passion in it and you're going to be able to pursue a career because the jobs are out there, whether you realize it or not. Like I said earlier, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's all kinds of jobs, so stay with it, figure out what you want to pursue, and then go after it because you can get a job in sports. Again, the perspective, just being able to really learn the insides, the in and outs. It's better than watching ESPN all day and hearing about what did this guy do when he went out for the night. You're not getting the X and O's, the meat of how to scout each position. I'm being football specific here, and I know it's the same for every course. You're really getting the true in and outs that you don't get by just being a casual fan.